Hello everyone. So I'm back with me, Windha Lusiana, on Talksow, what we have been waiting for. So today I am so excited for today's discussion. The topic is developing students' interest in reading with the experts that very competent on their fields. So we have here Miss Isyvina as a professional author, and here Mr. Umar Abdillah as a lecturer of Indonesian language at University of Semarang. So, as we know that the interest of reading in Indonesia is still low, so I want to ask both of you, how important do you think reading is for students? Mr. Umar first.
I think reading is very important because why? First, reading can increase many benefit for us and give us more knowledge.
I think reading is the most basic important thing for students, right? If we cannot read, we cannot be a student, right? So because of that, reading is the most important thing and the most basic thing as a student, since reading is just the only door to open your view about the world.
Yeah, so reading is the basic thing that students have to yes. So what are the tips and tricks so that students like to read for business reading?
The tricks, right?
Yeah.
And the tips. Okay, so basically, students needs to make sure what they like to. Nobody like reading at first. I'm pretty sure about that. So we need to make sure that students know what they're interested in and find a way to read what they like. Yeah. Starting from the very first, either it's reading a page or 2 pages of what they're interested in. I believe that they can read more of it.
So what do you think, Mr. Umar? What should student read? The genre maybe?
I think maybe student must read a knowledge book, or maybe there's no wrong if they read novel or comic, for make them interested in reading.
Yeah, so they not lazy to read, right?
Yes.
So, in your personal opinion, what can you increase your interest in reading?
Excuse me?
So, in your personal opinion, where can you increase your interest in reading? What can we do?
What can we do?
Or increase our reading?
Of course, Of course, we need to make sure what we like the most, of course, right? So because what we like can open a way to make us read about what we like, such as take an example. I like animals, right? So I can go to the library or just open the internet to read what kind of animals that I would like, such maybe butterflies, or I can search about butterflies and read maybe few paragraphs of it. In a book, maybe I can read few pages of it. So I need to make sure that what I read is what is I need to and what is the most important to me.
Yeah, there is so many media that we can read. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, so for Mr. Umar, do you have any suggestion for current students to increase their reading interest?
Like I said before, maybe student can read light reading like novels or maybe comics that can make them interesting in reading.
Okay. For Miss Isyvina, many of students are lazy to reading the books or to come to the library. What do you think about it?
Okay, first about the library. Me myself doesn't really like library. I'm being honest with this because I think library is a boring thing as a student, of course, and maybe the students think as well like that. if you hate the library, just go to the bookstore or any place that makes you feel comfortable to read, of course. Such as a bookstore who can sell not just books about schools, but also novels or comics, just like what you said. Yeah. Find what you're most interested in, okay? Don't just read books about schools, something like that. Just find anything that you're interested in and read about it.
Yeah, because in the bookstore we can find so many genres, right?
Yes, right.
For Mr. Umar, the reading interest of students in our country is tends to increase or decrease.
I think the interesting in reading in our country that increase. Why? Because you can look now, so many students that seldom touch the book, they more often touch the like phone or computer that make them seldom reading book. That's why I think that the interesting in reading book in our country is decreasing.
So is it decrease
Yes.
or increase?
Decrease.
Oh, okay. So for Miss Vina, in your opinion, what is percentage of students in our country can use their time to read?
I think the percentage is below 10%. I'm not sure about it, but to make sure that our country is the number 2, the most lowest in interest in reading books, according to UNESCO. And in a scale from 1 to 100, there is only one between that 100 that only reads books, and that's just pitiful, I think.
Yeah. For Mr. Umar,
Yes.
what do you think can be done by the school so that students can be interested in reading?
I think the school must provide good facilities for students can read book, like they must give more reading material for the student that make them interesting.
So that was the final question of this talk show. So thank you so much for you guys' attention. So I'm Windha Lusiana. Thank you so much. See you next time.